Hello everyone, it's Shane Kanto, your Wasteland reviewer, and I'm here to review Train to Busan Presents Peninsula. And feel like I'm about to review a Fast and Furious movie with that title. But it's Train to Busan 2, or Peninsula, however you want to call this film. And this is from writer-director Sang-ho Yeon, who directed and wrote the first film. And this is one of those kinds of sequels that I really appreciate because it could just do like the same thing and just be like, well, let's do Train to Busan on a boat. And honestly, the film starts that way and you start on a boat and you're like, is this what they're really going to do with this? And that scene, it's intense, it's shocking, it sets up the emotional heft of the film. And that's what really worked about the first film, is that you felt that connection. In general, though, I feel a lot less of a connection throughout this particular film. And how it turns out is you wind up going in like this group, going into the city and trying to like do like a heist, and you're kind of stuck in this crazy metropolitan area with all of these zombies and everything. And you have this soldier who has a lot of guilt. He's paired with this man who he wished that he could have saved this man's family. And they're caught up in connecting with this woman and her family. And that's more of the emotional connection to the film. And it works on some level. Towards the end of the film, like, I feel like this movie is a little too long. Even though it's just like 2 hours, I feel like, especially towards the third act, they keep trying to stretch out things and like false endings and just keep dragging it out, trying to build up the emotion. And I feel like it gets too much and the emotional beats don't feel as organic at the end like the first film, which I felt very connected to and I felt for these characters. I felt a lot less for these characters, which made this film come off more as like a more generic, just fun kind of zombie flick. And especially because, like, there's moments that are straight out of, like, World War Z in this. Like, zombies falling off of bridges, like, it's, like, showering down on, like, highways. And my God, the CGI looks straight out of, like, a Tomb Raider game on the PS2. And it's horrible. Horrible CGI. And they have cool set pieces for the action, which I really appreciated about this film. But when it's so CGI heavy and it looks awful, it really takes you out of the film. And it's such a relief when they shoot back to a shot that's fully in camera with people in makeup and stuff like that as the zombies. I'm like, thank God. But the action's pretty exhilarating, and there's a lot of action in this film. And it's a lot different. It's like zombies and like shooting zombies and like soldiers fighting zombies. So it's a little bit different than that claustrophobic kind of feel that you had on Train to Busan. This goes bigger, goes more ambitious. It does feel a lot more like a stereotypical zombie action movie than that emotional, hefty, thriller kind of film that you got in the first Train to Busan. So that's different. And I feel like this film doesn't work as well as the first film. I feel like it's trying to go too big. And when you go too big, you kind of lose the emotional connection that made the first film feel special and stand out. And, like, the performances, they're fine. Everybody does their job. And it's convoluted. There's a lot of stuff going on, a lot of different characters. It's exhilarating, though. And I feel like this film's more of, you want to have some fun, you're going to watch Peninsula, get zombies running amok, thrilling, shoot 'em up kind of thing. Some crazy highway chase scenes, which unfortunately are way too much CGI. But in the end, I feel like Peninsula is more of a throwaway kind of film, but still fun to watch. And if you enjoy like the thrill of like a zombie movie, I think you'll still enjoy this on some level. It's just not what you had with the first Train to Busan. And it's different. It tries to be a different kind of film, but the different kind of film it's trying to be doesn't really stand out and leans way too many into too many cliches of that kind of film. But overall, I think Peninsula is a fun movie. I think you can have some fun with it. So if you want to, I bought it on Amazon. It was $9.99. So like I've rented for like more expensive movies on VOD so far during quarantine. So felt like that was a pretty good deal, and I own it, but you don't really own it, as Amazon just told everybody. But those are my thoughts on Peninsula. Let me know what you think, and let's talk some movies. But thank you as always for tuning in and supporting your Wasteland reviewer.